This is running on empty
Shut up.
food. You're gonna just keep rolling with that. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Our Stories Suck. My name is Ben.
And my name is Max, and today we're looking at another story that is sucky.
Yep. Another one written by me, Ben. And we'll be taking a look at this story called Fighters of the Elements, Book 1, HEMAC.
Which is kind of infamous between Ben and I from our childhood, just simply known as Book 1, HEMAC.
Yeah.
Just kind of like an inside joke of
Stupidity.
Yeah, like even like when you wrote this, it was kind of known for being kind of dumb. I seem to remember.
Yeah. So we did mention on one of the other episodes of the story I wrote, and it was this story, the one that's kind of inspired by Percy Jackson, in a way, and like the Lightning Thief, I guess. So it kind of rips off that a little bit, but it's about like just people who have elemental powers.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at, there's like something written in the top corner, and it just says first draft, first of all, and then abbreviation Photobo.
Yeah.
So Fighters of the Elements Book 1 HEMAC is abbreviated as Photobo. Photobo.
Yeah, it's pretty
just
funny.
Like, is that really necessary? No, but yet it's there.
Yeah, and this is one of the like classic examples of like me signing my name as like Ben and then my student number like from school, because we were all assigned like student numbers and we had to put them on like documents and stuff. But I used to do this all the time, even on things I like wrote and like would draw at home. Like I would just sign it as Ben number 23 because that was my student number. Just really
So cool.
dumb. Yeah.
So cool.
I don't know. It's just dumb to me. But anyways, so this is Book 1 HEMAC, the infamous tale. So let's just dive right in here. So Chapter 1, The Water Game.
I'm intrigued.
Also, it's written on notebook paper in cursive, so it's probably going to be a little hard for me to read because it's really cursive-y, I guess. So it does make it a little tough to read, but I'll do my best. So Chapter 1, The Water Game. Todd walked out of the school and hopped on his red bike. School was out for the summer, and he was ready for his vacation. Visits with his friends, and just being bored. Todd Marrow was 15 with messy brown hair. Todd is tall and lives in... Should I put that in? Does that kind of like dox us all the way?
It's too late now.
You can just censor it in the video.
Yeah, it's true.
Just put a little bleep over that.
I'll probably forget.
Yeah.
Also, his name is Todd Marrow.
Marrow.
That's a great name for a character.
It's not spelled like bone marrow,
No,
but
it's still.
Yeah, it's like Mary, or like Merry Christmas, but with an O instead of a Y. So I guess I could have just spelled it out.
Yeah. It's like Merry Christmas, but
with
marrow.
So anyways, Todd rode his bike over to his best friend Christopher's house. Chris and Todd were planning to go to Andy's house to go swimming. Todd rode up Chris's driveway, parked his bike on the garage door.
Probably like leaned.
Oh, well, it doesn't say that. It just says he parks.
Yeah.
So he parks it sideways on his like garage door, like perpendicular to the ground. And rang the doorbell. Chris's mother answered the door. "Is Chris home?" asked Todd. "Yes, but he's going to see his grandparents in California today." She
alone.
said.
They're in.
You can't say that.
They're in Bleep Town, and he has to drive all the way to California today.
Yep. "Oh, okay," said Todd. "Thanks, bye." So his friend is still there, but he just leaves anyways.
My interpretation of that was that he's just gone, but his mom is still there, even though.
Oh, you're right. I think you are right. Oh, I see. I thought for some reason it was like, yes, he's here right now, but he's going to visit his grandparents later today. But I think you are right that he's already like on his way there.
He's just gone.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Does it?
Yeah, because I thought he would just leave.
Well, I know. I mean, it's so just kind of weird to me that his mom's just there.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
He's gone.
Plot. Anyways, Todd jumped back on his bike and sped off in the direction of Andy's house. When he reached the house, he went back behind the house and onto the back porch. So
house.
Yeah, I used house and back 2 times in that sentence. He found Andy lounging on a lawn chair. The backyard was large with 3 small spruce trees toward the right, the bean-shaped pool in the middle, and a small gray storage shed in the left corner. "Where's Christopher?" asked Andy. "He's going to California," replied Todd. "Well, I guess it's just you and me then." "You bring your swim trunks?" asked Andy. "Yeah, I've got them right here." Todd indicated this by patting his backpack. Todd went into the house, past the dining room, and into the bathroom to change. Meanwhile, Andy pulled out his iPhone and pushed a button.
Whoa. Were iPhones around when this was written?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I was in 6th grade, so I guess.
Wow.
It must have been pretty primitive back then, though. The iPhone 1.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. iPhone and pushed a button. "Do you think he'll do it?" Andy spoke into the phone. "Maybe. If he doesn't, tell him about who he is. It has taken him long enough to figure it out," said the voice on the other side of the line. Andy put away his phone just as Todd walked out of the house. "Ready?" asked Todd. The 2 friends splashed around in the pool like a bunch of babies.
Yeah. "You ready for this cool day?" And they just proceed to splashing around like little kids.
Yeah. Then Andy threw a weighted ring into the 14-foot water and told Todd to get it. "Get it, Todd."
She's like, "Obey me."
Todd thought for a second, and then dove down after it. To his surprise, he quickly ran out of air at the bottom. He didn't have enough time to reach the surface. He would die. Like how he just knows that. He's just like, "Oh no, I don't have enough air. I'm gonna die down here now."
He's like, "Well, I'm dying, I guess."
This is how I die.
Yeah.
Todd then realized he hadn't even taken a breath. Mm-hmm. He was breathing underwater! ! Wow. Todd grabbed the ring and rocketed to the surface. He'd been down there for 3.5 minutes.
1/2.
Todd sat on the edge of the pool by Andy. "I knew you could do it," said Andy. "Do what?" asked Todd, scared for a second. "Let me start from the beginning," said Andy.
Let me expose.
Yeah. But not that. Everyone on Earth has a power of an element. The elements are water, fire, earth, wind, ice, land, darkness, and light. Jeez, I didn't realize there were that many elements.
Yeah, well...
That was just earth, wind, and fire.
Well, there's water and ice are technically kind of
there's
the
also
same.
earth and land.
Oh, yeah. What's the difference? Well, there's... Is air one of them?
There's wind.
Oh, there's wind, not air.
So it can only be blowing air.
Yeah, it has to be
stagnant air. It's not an element.
Stagnant air is not an element.
Sounds like a band album name. Stagnant air is not
stagnant
an element.
air sounds like a
Oh yeah.
band name or something.
All right, here we go. And I think what is your favorite part of this story?
Yeah.
So here's the explanation. If you are an ice skater, you have the element of ice. If you're a pilot, then you have the element of wind or air. Even though air we just went over wasn't an element. I think that was like a retcon that I realized later that it probably should be air and not wind, but why would I bother changing it earlier in this sentence? So yeah, You have the element of water, Andy said.
I just love, like, if you're an ice skater, like, it's not because you have talent or you practice a lot. It's because you're an ice wizard, basically.
That's the thing.
So only ice wizards can be ice skaters.
Do you want to make up some professions and their proposed elements right now? Like,
well, I mean,
so like a construction worker would probably have the element of land or earth, probably.
Oh yeah, or earth, or I don't know,
or darkness.
Yeah, like let me guess. If you have the power of if you have the power of darkness, you have to be the evil guy.
You have to be a villain.
Yeah, it's like if you.
What if that was the explanation for like why the villain was evil? You're just like, well, I have the power of darkness, so I have to be evil, right?
I can't do anything with this besides be evil.
Oh my god. What would a teacher be?
Well, yeah, that's the other thing that doesn't really make any sense. If everyone has
jeweler, well, that would probably be land or like earth or something.
Well, everyone has a power, I guess. But
yeah,
like,
but I guess
you don't always have to use it for your profession.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that is explained later. Remember? All right, so we might as well get back to the story. Okay. So, is that why I could breathe for so long? Todd asked. Yes, Andy said. Anyway, some people actually are able to control an element. Like you made the water help you breathe. I guess that's what happened.
Yeah, you made the water
help him breathe. As if the water was like an entity. Yeah. Just like, help me breathe. Swirl your foot in the water, Todd, said Andy. Todd did so. His toe swirled the water around, making, or it says waking whirlpool to the bottom of the pool. Unless my cursive's like really bad or my W's look like M's, but making whirlpool to the bottom of the pool, it's still a bad sentence. Yeah. Whoa, exclaimed Todd. The whirlpool was about 3 feet across, making a cone, that's a core, making a cone down to the bottom. Stop, blah, blah, I cannot read this stuff. It's so hard to read.
Honestly, the Todd looks like it says
Jod. Yeah. Todd stopped swirling. The whirlpool disappeared. What element do you have? Can you control it like me? Asked Todd. I have ice, and yes, I can control it. Does that mean he's an ice skater?
Yeah, he's an ice wizard.
Yeah. I have ice, and yes, I can control it. The whole pool of water turned to ice at his friend's feet. Few people can control it, Todd, and only one person with the element in the whole world who can control it. Whoa. It stated, as if that sentence made any sense.
Yeah, can you just imagine someone giving someone information like this and he just sounds like that when he states it? It's like, few people can control it.
You have cancer, and only one person in the world has cancer. I can't even make a good comparison. Anyways, that's just a bad sentence. Who else have the elements who can control them? Asked Todd. Wow, I don't remember this being that badly written. Then everything around him changed, and he was in a room full of computers and people. I mean, that's the end. Yeah. That is the end of book 1 HEMAC. Wait, it said at the beginning this was chapter 1. So I guess I just never even bothered writing
chapter
more.
1 is book 1 too. Yeah. Book 1 and chapter 1.
Chapter 1, book 1. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this amazing story?
I love the abrupt ending, and even though it's really stupid, I kind of like the last sentence. It's just like, then everything really around him changed, and he was in a room full of computers and people. I mean, it kind of does make you wonder what's going on, but I mean, everything that preceded it, I guess, makes it not really worth investing into, I guess. It's just just like, whatever.
Why should I care?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I, at the time, wasn't crazy about this story. I mean,
you never wrote more to it.
Yeah, so. I feel like I didn't really like it. Because I was trying to, I was inspired by Percy Jackson, and everyone in that had, like, powers of the gods or whatever, who they were son or daughter of. Mm-hmm. And So I kind of wanted to do something with like cool powers or whatever, but like there was no other substance other than that. And Max just can't get stop getting emails.
I'm so popular.
But yeah, I don't know. It just didn't work for me.
Well, I also don't really understand the whole thing. If everyone can control an element, but only one person in the world can control that element or whatever.
I just don't think I did a very good job of explaining that. Well, I think the thing was everyone has a power of the element, so like an ice skater can just skate on ice, and that's why they can do it, I guess. But I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
there's a lot of plot holes.
Yeah, it wasn't very well fleshed out. I feel like.
No, I feel like that's probably why I stopped it too, because I didn't know where I wanted it to go either. But yeah, so that's Fighters of the Elements, Book 1, HEMAC. So
I think it wrapped up pretty nicely. A nice overarching story there. Some great characters, some good times with friends, having a pool party. Yeah.
The
learning about growing up.
The unnecessary detail of the one friend being in Florida. So.
Yeah. Is he I feel like he would have been the villain, and he would have been like the Power of Darkness kid.
Yeah. Dude, maybe I'll write some more. Want to write some more of this together?
Not really.
Yeah. Yeah, not my finest work.
Yeah.
I mean, you had mentioned when we read Heroes of Chernizia that you thought this was like worse than that. I don't know. I don't feel like it's worse.
Well,
I just feel like it's not really even as funny just to read through because it's kind of just bland.
Yeah, I would say there's not much to this one. I feel like.
At least the other one was just really poorly written with like really bad characters and dialogue.
Yeah.
And everything about that one was bad. This one just felt like
uninspired.
Yeah, very uninspired and mediocre.
It's just like, I'm just gonna write for an afternoon and just see what happens.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So this one's nothing special, but it still is pretty sucky. Am I right?
I would have to agree with that one.
Yeah. So yeah, you got any other comments or any anecdotes you'd like to share before we wrap up today's episode?
No, but I'll be looking forward to book 2.
Mm-hmm.
What would book 2 be called? I mean, what does HEMAC mean?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, it's one of the dumb things that I would do where I came up with like the title first, and I myself didn't know what it meant. So I was like, well, I'll just make up whatever that actually means when I get to it eventually.
I'll think of what that means later.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. So
what would book 2 be called?
Kame, which is just HEMAC backwards.
Book 2
Kame. No, it'd be called Fotobo 2. Well, I guess I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all we got for today, though. So, hope you enjoy listening to this piece of garbage. As always, my name's Ben.
And I'm Max.
And this has been Our Stories Suck. Almost made another joke.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah.